Hello everybody, welcome back for another video. Hope you're all doing well and that you're all having a great day. Before I start off, thank you all very much for the kind messages yesterday. I'm not sad. I think it's just the year and also the entire throat thing from being outside in the cold. Feeling a lot better. I have tea next to me as a just in case. Anyway, without further ado, let's jump right into it. Online payments giant PayPal has confirmed that it is working on bringing cryptocurrency capabilities to its platform. The news was confirmed by a letter sent to the European Commission seeking clarity on various cryptocurrency-related activities. In the letter to the European Commission, PayPal said that it is continuously monitoring and evaluating the developments in the cryptocurrency space and is taking tangible steps to develop its cryptocurrency capabilities. This isn't the first time PayPal has forayed into the cryptocurrency space. The California-based payments company was one of the founding members of Facebook's Libra until the company withdrew from the foundation back in October 2019 amidst backlash against the project. Apart from that, PayPal also serves as a payment processor for Coinbase. I had speculations around the time as well. I think it was 5 different companies who fled from the Libra project, and I said I don't feel like it's actually that they're leaving because of governmental backlash. I think that was kind of an excuse for them to be able to say, oh no, sorry. I figured they were either going to be making their own cryptocurrency or were trying to get into the cryptocurrency space themselves. I don't remember what the other companies were. Immediately once those 5 left, 5 more took their place the very next day, as many companies are trying to find other ways to profit from this entire cryptocurrency revolution. According to PayPal, the crypto asset industry has experienced substantial growth over the past couple of years, and the technology behind the assets can be used to eliminate and reduce some of the pain points of the current financial industry. For those of you who remember, around 3.5 weeks ago, we had news from sources, as they always are sources. They never ever say who they are, but they said 3 different sources, separate places, had confirmed that PayPal was actually going to start offering Bitcoin on their platform to be able to buy directly from them. I assume they figured out that not only is there's a huge, I mean, you can even Google it. I'm sure you maybe have Googled it before. I have many years ago. Buy Bitcoin with PayPal. That's a very popular phrase, and I assume they either caught on and realized that people were looking to buy Bitcoin with PayPal, or they realized that a lot of other people were simply circumventing PayPal, finding other methods and not using their system. So this is a very interesting way for them to get into the market. This is going to change everything. PayPal, for those of you who may not be in a PayPal country, is huge. It's absolutely massive. People pay for PayPal with everything. It's absolutely obscene. And when this eases even further, the amount of people who already have PayPal accounts who are looking to buy crypto, imagine not having to go to Coinbase or sign into any other place. You can simply just send money to your family member, and also at the same exact time, you can also buy Bitcoin directly off of PayPal. That's going to be absolutely massive. And I assume as well that they're talking to the European Union, and I assume many other countries as well, to figure out the legality of this, because when they start offering you to be able to buy Bitcoin on their platform, I assume it will also be able to be used as a payment option, which can also lead to the discussion of, is eBay also potentially secretly working on a way to use Bitcoin as well? Because if you're simply able to use PayPal to pay for things on eBay, and you can simply say, how do you want to pay through PayPal? I want to pay in my BTC. Well, then you are now officially using Bitcoin to buy things on eBay, which is also extremely massive. The integrations are happening a lot quicker than I assumed. I thought we'd have a lot more pushback, but logic really must have taken place, and they realize that a lot of extremely rich companies, corporations, and family offices are buying up tons of crypto, and therefore it potentially, based off of current findings, has a very strong future. As of right now, there's no real extra information. This news is all over the place. Everyone's quite excited about this. Here's the actual letter, or PDF letter, if you will, that they sent to the EU. No real listing of any type of cryptocurrencies. We can assume that from the get-go, they will try to list, or will list, Bitcoin And then after that, the list kind of becomes very shaky. Because if I remember correctly, I think the tale goes is that the original creator of PayPal had aspirations of creating something similar to Bitcoin. I think he's come out in support of Bitcoin before, but you know, how they always do, they always say like, I think it's okay, but I'm not holding it myself, which is fairly clear that they're probably buying up massive amounts of it at the moment as well, which is also another completely different discussion. But then eventually, will they then add Ethereum? Will they then add XRP? Will they then add Litecoin? And the question continues to go on, because if PayPal does have insane aspirations in this way, I mean, to be fair, it is quite intelligent of them. It's kind of the same way that Blockbuster went. Many people assume that the old system of using Blockbuster would simply be around forever, and then Netflix comes along and kind of oomphs them out of the way. But I guess PayPal is realizing that a lot of other companies are going to be integrating these things as well, and therefore they have to get onto the horse before everybody else does. Is that a saying? Get onto the horse, get onto the train. They have to move forward, or they'll be exactly where they are. Yeah, so it's been confirmed at this point that they're at least working on it in Europe. One can only assume they're probably also going to be working on this in the States as well. And yeah, the news that we had a month ago was that in 3 months, so that is 2 months from now, that we would have news that PayPal was going to be offering Bitcoin for sale on their platform. So that is August and September. So let's say by the 1st of October, we should have had a press release or more information along these lines. Absolutely insane. And without further ado, let's move on. Next up, decentralized finance crypto assets will continue to outpace the broader crypto market. This is according to crypto analyst Luke Martin. The popular trader and head of venture Coinist says he believes the emerging class of altcoins are just getting started, and mainstream investors remain unaware of the DeFi movement. That is also completely true. He said mainstream attention is not yet on this thing. There are actually a lot of crypto investors who aren't in DeFi yet either. The reason being it's not attractive. It's not attracting mainstream interest. There we go. They're also not doing the easiest things to buy. A lot of these coins are unknown. Even the concepts are hard to understand, and to acquire them is also quite difficult. Even people that want to get in, I think, have been hesitating because they're waiting for a full-blown out season or for Bitcoin to rip. So you have a really unique trend happening here in crypto. These altcoins by far have been the best performing over the past couple of months. I think they're going to continue to be the best performers. You have things like Compound, which ripped to a $1 billion market cap. You have things like Lend, which has done almost 100x now. And you have Link, which just ripped. Who says ripped this much? He keeps using the word rip. I've never heard people say rip for prices to go up, which just ripped to new all-time highs. He said these coins are flying every single day, regardless of what Bitcoin or Ether or the rest of the cryptocurrency market does. Right now, money is being allocated to those DeFi coins. It's been the best performing group, and I actually think it will continue to be the best performing group. Rip. He didn't say the last rip. Yeah, the last 2 or 3 months have solidified that this year, I mean, if it doesn't at this point, you know, 2020. But everything is looking like we are going to have an insane bull market movement upward at some point during this year. Altcoins are doing exceedingly well in comparison to Bitcoin. You can actually even find a lot of articles where they're talking about Bitcoin's price movements, and the article titles simply say like boring Bitcoin slow, like Bitcoin trending sideways. And yeah, for the most part, it's completely true. We've been in that stuck range for a while, but a lot of other altcoins, specifically any type of DeFi coin, and Chainlink in particular, has been doing exceedingly well. I know a lot of people have been waiting with bated breath for me to say the word Chainlink on this channel. I'm not even joking. I've heard it for so many months. People asking me to talk about Chainlink, and I told you I would eventually if I saw that these coins actually performed very well. It was pointless of me to talk about these coins in a positive light if I saw that they did nothing except for exist, because there are many other coins that also exist. Anyway, the point is, I think Chainlink has bombarded its way into the top 10, and I think many other DeFi coins are going to try and do the same, but this is going to lead to a very interesting discussion and range of dates where we see other coins that have been on the top for a while are going to be usurped. That is Litecoin, BSV, Bcash. We've seen XRP fall to number 4 because of Tether. But then if we get to a point where XRP falls to number 5 or number 6, then the discussions will continue a bit further. But yeah, it is highly likely at this point that a lot of altcoins are going to extremely outperform Bitcoin and extremely outperform Ethereum, because this is just how bull markets work. Altcoins go completely insane. Not saying that ETH is not an altcoin, but you understand, it's one of the top players in the space. And when all that completely goes insane, is usually followed by a dip. And I assume that the dip will come from Bitcoin over the next week or two. As we've been trending sideways, a lot of people are optimistic about the price moving upward because of fundamentals and how strong they currently are. I'm going to assume that Bitcoin is going to drop anywhere between 8,200, maybe even a swift 7,900. And this will cause many of the altcoins to completely dip. Bitcoin's price will move back up. Every time the last month or so that Bitcoin's price has gone up by 1%, Chainlink, Compound, and a bunch of other altcoins have gone up by anywhere from 7 to 18% just off of a 1% Bitcoin movement. So if Bitcoin does ramp down 7,900 and then swiftly tries to go back up to 9,400, we are going to see altcoins completely lose their minds. And hopefully at that point, once again, BitMEX and Coinbase do not break. But yeah, it appears that mathematically, depending on where you look, a lot of different websites are saying that we are currently in an alt season. It may not look that way to a lot of people because, you know, prices aren't as insane as they were in 2017, but the momentum is definitely there. It could be that simply that people were looking at, air quotes, the wrong altcoins. And I'm still 100% saying that DeFi is the ICO of this year. Just a matter of if it will continue after we have skyrocketed and then prices have come back down to earth. Yeah. Without further ado, let's move on. IOTA's in the news today. The IOTA Foundation has announced Chronicle, a permanode tool that allows node operators to store IOTA transactions permanently. The project introduced Chronicle last year. This month marks the alpha release of the software with improved features. IOTA's distributed ledger is different from most blockchains. IOTA node operators run their node based on partial snapshots of the IOTA network and delete old transactions. By contrast, Chronicle allows node operators to run permanodes that store IOTA's entire transaction history in a small and easily searchable database. Not every node needs to do this. Node operators could conceivably charge access to their service. It's quite interesting that they didn't have this before. I assume it was to take out bloating from the tangle, as they call it, because it's not a blockchain, and simply allow more transactions to be able to go through quicker. And also, you know, this is the question, do we really need Bitcoin transactions from 35 years ago? You know, when Bitcoin has been around for 35 years. But I think there's merit to actually keeping them. This is just kind of how I feel. So I assume this is probably why they're releasing the permanodes as well. Permanent transaction storage is partially important for transactions that contain information. For example, IOTA can be used to store decentralized identity documents, or DIDs, or financial records, which contain more than plain IOTA balances. Yeah, for those of you who don't know, a lot of people over the years have been writing stories and codes and sentences and messages on different blocks on Bitcoin's actual blockchain, so you can like view these as well. I think people have been putting movies on them as well, and I can only assume what other things people have been thinking of. So it's I guess this is also kind of the same exact thing. If IOTA is looking for usage from governments and also from other companies who are going to be potentially using their blockchain or whatever the case might be for car transactions, or to, you know, what's it called? Like IoT cars and self-driving cars, you probably want all financial records if someone is asking, you know, 15 years ago, you know, you understand what I'm saying. Anyway, IOTA is very rarely in the news. So They are released the alpha for their permanode. I'll take this as a small upgrade, if you will, for IOTA. It seems like everyone now is trying to release their upgrades at the exact same time. I don't know if they're trying to outdo each other, or if it's just simply a happy coincidence. Anyway, IOTA now has Chronicle, and without further ado, let's move on. In news that should surprise absolutely no one, according to the United States Directory for Government Contracts, usspending.gov, the Secret Service paid $183,000 for a 4-year contract with Coinbase that allows them to use its blockchain analytics service. The agency began using Coinbase Analytics on the 11th of May of this year, and the contract expires on the 10th of May in 2024. Earlier, the crypto exchange Coinbase had offered to license its analytics platform to both the IRS and the DEA. So now we have the complete trifecta. They have the IRS, the DEA, and the Secret Service. The crypto exchange's decision to provide its services to the DEA, IRS, and now the US Secret Service has been met with pushback from Coinbase users. The users believe their privacy is in jeopardy. Don't believe it. I mean, it's there. This is exactly what's happening. Due to these government agencies having the ability to view their on-chain activities. Earlier, the user of the crypto exchange Coinbase removed over $200 million worth of Bitcoin after the news of the exchange offering services to the IRA, the DEA, and now the Secret Service. Coinbase is among the leading crypto exchanges that operate worldwide. The crypto exchange has been news several times. Sorry, some of these articles are written very funnily. Is funnily a word? There we go. Times for sharing user information with authorities, and I'm sure it's not just within the US. I'm pretty sure it's worldwide at this point. The CEO of Coinbase, Brian Armstrong, cleared the air and speculations around its analytics platform in a series of tweets. The CEO does not think this is particularly newsworthy. I'm sure it's not to him. He tweeted that blockchain analytics software is nothing new and has been around for a long time. It's usually publicly available data to try to track crypto transactions, usually to catch bad actors. The issue being they can say anything is a bad actor and take control of your cryptocurrencies. This is a very big no-no because we've seen this happen in many other countries around the world. All someone has to do is say, hey, that thing today is illegal. Anyone who's doing said activity or has done it before in the past, we have the right to take what is yours, and then that kind of gets the entire ball rolling. That's not a tinfoil hat moment. That is just how power works. So here's the actual website right here, usspending.gov. Contract summary in progress, 3 years and 9 months remaining from the Department of Homeland Security with Coinbase Inc. Here's the amount, potential award amount for the entire 4 years. I assume this is what they are obligated. Yep, obligated amount to pay. Absolutely insane. This, like I've said before, is going to cause a major rush to decentralized exchanges. Yeah, just kind of, it's not even is what it is. It's just more of a, I think the entire idea of what Coinbase was has completely disappeared, been dismantled. They were for those of you who don't know, they were a Bitcoin only exchange. The entire idea of Coinbase, even after we had around 100 or so coins, was that they were only going to have Bitcoin. They wanted to have a space just for Bitcoin, but we've seen all the other coins that they've been adding. Not that it's bad that they've been adding other coins, but the entire original idea of them trying to make sure that people had access exclusively to Bitcoin, to boost Bitcoin, to help Bitcoin adoption, and to also, to a certain extent, their idea was kind of a, imagine all the components of Bitcoin. That's what Coinbase kind of was. It wasn't anti-establishment, if you will, but it was, sovereignty for the people. And that has gone completely out the window. So I'm going to assume I am not everyone on the planet or everyone who uses Coinbase, but Coinbase is probably going to continue to see a huge outflow of money from their platform for quite a while. And I assume this trend may reverse once prices start shooting back up. Anyway, yeah, that's the confirmation. I mean, is anyone really surprised? None of you should be, but you know, that's how it goes. And to finish things off, Dogecoin serves as a reminiscent of 2017's notorious crypto frenzy, according to Ryze, that is RYZE, the Atlanta-based Bitcoin firm, which creates automated trading solutions for crypto traders, called Dogecoin for its shady price behavior last week. It noted that the meme cryptocurrency behaved almost like a pump and dump that duped investors of millions of dollars in 2017. In retrospect, the Dogecoin price last week rose up by 150% in just 3 days. The catalyst that drove its rate explosively upwards was TikTok, a short-form video app having 800 million users worldwide. This is getting banned all around the world, for those of you who don't know. And if you don't know why it's getting banned, it's time to find out why. Because, yeah. One of its users, James Gallant, made a joke video about sending Dogecoin to $1 if everyone invested at least $25 into it. The message went viral, leading to a dramatic spike in Dogecoin rates across multiple exchanges. He said, "This TikTok I made the other day as a joke about Dogecoin went mega viral, and now the crypto's value is up 16% in the last 24 hours. LOL." So, just a heads up. I mentioned this before when the price of Dogecoin was rising. I told you it would not last forever. It is Dogecoin. At the same exact time, I'm trying to lower any optimism that I actually might have. 2017 was exactly like this year, you know, without 19. However, it is quite fascinating to see all the mimics, and I think this is even more pushed forward now by the actual knowledge of cryptocurrencies. In 2017, very few people knew what Bitcoin, Litecoin, and XRP were. They could have barely cared any more than they did back then. But now it's a very popular thing. The word Bitcoin and cryptocurrencies have been in many movies, TV shows, cartoons. It's kind of all over the place. I've heard it several times this week just even watching other TV shows that I was looking at. Anyway, so this will be the most fascinating part. We're going to see if this is a mimic of 2017 by the end of this year. You know, time moves forward. We will have no choice but to see if it actually ends up taking place. However, it is very interesting to me that all these things are, I think realistically, and this isn't a joke, I think all we're missing is a BitConnect. And I'm not really sure. I haven't done extensive research as to if there is another one of these floating around. I know they have been BitConnect-esque coins running around, but none of them are very popular. But by the end of the year, if we have something like that ends up completely collapsing, we will have a complete mimic of 2017. Fascinating, and it's looking like the altcoins are going to be the catalyst for all of this really jumping forward. I think I can do the names today. As always, a very special thank you to my Patreon supporters: Professor Wally from Gunbite University, David James, Attila the Han, Yasha Harari, Oscar Maldonado, Utopia 569, Moonman High XRP, Joshua Vineyard, Martin Stoyer, Nostromo, John Sarson, the Animal Reader, A Bibliophobia, Todd Mullis, Adam Graysick, Moher Maroni, Master Ventures in Thailand, Jared Schneider, Wise Night Owl, 242 to the World, Crypto Joe, Bankroll Network, Crypto Artist, Coldy 3D, Damien Setsuna, Nick Kanaya, Richie Rich III, Vlad the Impaler, Paxis, Nick Mangialavori, Anthony Charles, Jim Garner, Jeremy Fox, Minting Coins, Miller Hitch Test Every Day, and Kyle Skips Leg Day. Yes to Crypto, Bodie McBoatface, Anytime Fitness Monks, Corner Staff, Arfmedic 17, Bake Me a Cake, Tigger Macho Nisa, On Crypto with Lionel, Rayla Michelle, URL, and Bolero Bastos. Thank you all very, very much for your support. Thank you to everyone who has supported the channel in your own way, however that may be. Thank you very, very much. At the moment, Bitcoin is Bitcoin's Bitcoining. It is at 92.15. It is up by 0.14%, so basically nothing. Chainlink is in the top 10 coins right now. It has passed by Binance Coin just by a smidge, couple $1 million. It is very close destructively close to passing by Litecoin, which continues to fall down in the rankings. We will see if this momentum for Chainlink can continue, because if it does, it is going to pass by BSV. It is, I mean, listen, you all know I don't care for Bcash or BSV, but realistically, BSV should not be in the top 30 at all. And I'll even say that Bcash should not be in the top 10. But if it's there, I slightly understand why it could potentially be there. But if the current trend is going to continue, there are a lot of coins that are going to completely outpace Bcash and BSV over the next couple of months. And it's more so probably Chainlink, Compound. I can see Binance Coin doing exceedingly well over the next couple of months as well, especially as they continue to do their coin burns. We're also seeing a lot of momentum around this coin right here, CRO. I can't give you any information on it. However, it is number 11. It's seeing a huge amount of momentum. A lot of people have been telling me or have been speculating that EOS could also do very well as well in the future when Voice officially launches. We'll see how that's going to turn out. And then Tezos, let us not forget, is also number 13 as well. So I think a lot of these coins are going to squeeze their way into the top 10. And I think we are probably in 6 to 9 months time going to have a dramatically different looking top 10 coins. Anything else completely insane? VeChain Thor is up. Neo is up for no particular reason. Ontology is up for no particular reason. And Lend is once again up. Not a lot of trading volume. It's only $20 million. But it's still moving up. Synthetics is up. Yeah, this is definitely going to be DeFi year. Yeah, I'm feeling a lot better. I was just making sure in this video not to overexert my voice. I think I did like once or twice trying to, like, you know, talk normally, but I am doing great talking like this. I do hope that you all enjoyed. I do hope that you all, this PayPal thing is going to be completely insane. I'm very ready for it. And this is probably going to be one of the other catalysts for actually for a great amount of crypto adoption. The ease of purchase is what's most important in the entire thing. People, you know, you're all alive right now. You're all in the future with me. Everyone likes easiness, ease of movement, ease of anything. It has to be extremely easy for people to want to do it. And simply being able to sign into PayPal and click buy, especially if you've already gone through all the KYC AML for them, is going to be a complete game changer. I do hope you all enjoyed. Hope you all are having a great day, a great morning, a great afternoon, a great evening, wherever you are, wherever you might be. I do hope that it's absolutely fantastic. Thank you all once again for watching and or listening, and I will most certainly be talking to you all soon. See you.